Hello, everyone. We're live.
Hi.
Hello.
So, as usual, give us a few minutes for us to share our live video, and we're all yours. Let's see.
Where am I? Jesus.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have the link in the forum
Okay, Mama. What am I doing? Why am I not seeing us live?
on Facebook. We're live. I just shared the feed.
Okay.
We have one viewer
I'm trying to
already.
share. Let me put on a hello.
Okay, let me share this on my face, on my status. All right, I see they're asking on the other forum when we're going live. I'll just share it there.
Okay. Please, do you guys know I'm having a challenge right now? I'm on my page. I go to the Mollie Show. It's just telling me that the Mollie Show is live right now. It's not giving me the option
Mhm.
to share.
On
Okay,
on
now I found.
Facebook.
Yeah, sorry, I got it.
All right, I think I shared it. Are we good?
Yes, we are.
Then are you good? Okay, great. All right, let's get this started. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much. Before we start, Happy New Year, ladies. Happy New Year to our viewers. Happy New Year to all our followers. Thank you so much for being with us through 2023. 2024 is going to be an awesome year. So I'm here with my co-host. We have Miss Molly, we have
Hi.
Mrs. Henrietta,
Hello.
and I am Miss Olivia, and you are watching the Mollie
Mollie
Show.
Show.
Yay! And we do
You guys
apologize
are so excited.
a little late. We do apologize for starting a little late today. We had some connection issues, and Miss Olivia, our technical guru, was trying to fix it in the background. She is our technical guru, y'all. She is. Today we're going to be talking about very, very important topic, accountability. You know, guys, we are tired with people not being responsible. You know, we are tired of people not being responsible, people not taking responsibility of their actions, people being defensive. It makes it difficult for you to communicate, to be around those people. People should step up and be accountable of what they are doing. You have to be accountable for what you say. You have to be accountable for your actions, your decisions, and be willing to embrace the consequences as well. You know,
Amen.
not most of the time, it's natural for us human beings to take the credit, and when we do
Mhm.
something wrong, we don't want to accept, we don't want to be hold accountable for what we did. But today at the Molly Show 2024, we are coming with
Mm.
fire. We are tired of hanging out with people around us that are dragging us down because they don't want to be accountable for what they are doing, right?
Yep.
They don't want to. They want to hurt you and move on and not be accountable that, oh, it's because of their action. That is why this person is suffering. Or maybe because of their action, that's why they are failing. It's time we pause, we check ourselves, we take responsibility for the whatever behavior we are doing, being good, bad, ugly, whatever. You are accountable for it. Um, I'm gonna give it back to Miss Olivia, and Miss Olivia is gonna tell us who is gonna go first. Miss Olivia, oh yeah, take
Okay.
it.
All right. I think we've been talking a long time. Do you want to go first?
I'm good. No, you can go first.
Okay. So let's say this is a very broad topic, right? Um, you're not being only accountable to your spouse or your children or your friends, even at work. You have to be accountable for like your whole being. But it's also difficult because when you're being accountable, you are trying to do this to prove a point most of the time, which that's why I don't usually go for it. I don't usually accept that fact because when you're trying to be accountable to someone and that person is not truthful to you, whatever you're saying looks like a lie, right? So you can be very honest with yourself. You can tell somebody that, honestly, I have a, let's say, an eating habit. I cannot stop eating and stuff like that. And that person is trying to tell you what he or she is doing to reduce that. But you, as a person, there are things that you cannot change about your life. I don't care how you do it. That was just an example that I gave. I don't care how you do it. But if you are being honest, that you are trying, then you are being accountable for yourself. Because there are things that all of us want in this life, but you can never have it. So what do you do? For example, if you want to study this particular topic, this particular course, because you want to make more money, and you are trying and it's not going through, and you are being accountable, you are being honest and telling Molly or Miss Henrietta that, and it's as if this nursing is not for me. If Henrietta is honest, I'll tell them that, man, nursing is not easy. She's a nurse. To tell that nursing is not easy. Have you tried this? I don't have to be a nurse like Miss Henrietta. That's the problem we have in society today. We are not being truthful to ourselves. We are not being accountable. We are not holding yourself accountable that I know I cannot do this. I can do something else. And the best part of it is having someone on the other side who reflects it. Miss Molly said that at the beginning when she was introducing the topic, that maybe the people you're hanging around with are already bringing you down and they're not being accountable for the actions or what is happening. If I wronged you like a friend, and then I try to talk to you about it, and maybe you don't want to listen, it's on you now. I've tried to be accountable for myself. I've tried to tell you what happened. I've tried to tell you maybe the mistake I made. I've tried to ask what happened. But most of the times, you don't even know what happened. Maybe you just discover some changes and you try to be and say, hey, what's going on? And this person is not letting you go. And it's letting you go and it's not being accountable. At this point, you are free from it. Because for me, I think it works both ways. You cannot just stand in your house and shout to an empty house, for example, like, hey, honey, I'm going to work that you don't have a husband at home. You are being accountable alone. But if you have a partner and you any day you want to step out of your house, you tell this partner of yours that I am going to HEB. I'm going to Walmart. You're being accountable for yourself and making sure your partner knows where you are. But if you are doing it alone and there's no other person to reciprocate this accountability, often most of the times we start to fail. We start to go back, and we start lying. And also, for me, accountability has to be very, you have to be very honest because I can tell my husband I'm going to HEB, but I'm not going to HEB. For my husband, he thinks I'm being accountable, right? But was that the truth? That was a lie. I can tell my friend, my colleague, my coworker that, oh, maybe I've stayed with the particular story that I have 4 kids, and the whole of my office knows that I have 4 kids. I'm being accountable, right? But is it the truth? No. So I think accountability, what I'm saying in the bottom line, goes with honesty. I don't know, Miss Aneta, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it does go with honesty.
Thank you, Miss Olivia and Miss Molly. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so excited for this year. And I'm so happy that we started this year with accountability. Like last year we did self love. And this year we're doing accountability, which simply means that you accept what you did and you sorry for it. It's like you accepted what you did so many years back, and we've accepted what we've done in Mollie Show in 2023, and we're finding ourselves accountable. That means we're making sure that we don't repeat ourselves because, like Miss Olivia said, accountability is truthfulness and honesty, but at the same time, it shouldn't repeat itself. Because most of the time we try to be accountable for things, and at the same time we keep doing it again because we're just gonna say sorry, even though we're account
And
of
move
it, and
on.
we just think that we say sorry, but we do it again. This mostly goes in relationship with your spouse or your boyfriend, because you see them all the time, even with family members. So if you're accountable for something, it doesn't mean you have the right to keep repeating it. No, accountability simply means you're wrong on that aspect. So what you do is you don't repeat it because you hurt the other person, even though you said sorry, but it doesn't give you the leeway to keep telling to keep hurting the person all the time because you know you're accountable for it. You can be in your relationship and you the man keeps going out all the time and you're coming back late and you think you tell your wife you're sorry, I'm accountable, yes baby, I'm sorry, I did come late, it's my fault, and again I give you 2 days, you do the same thing. No, that's not acceptable. Accountability means you have to stop doing what you're doing even though you know it's wrong. And when it comes accountability has a lot of, I always tell myself that I'm not accountable to what my actions are because we always like to blame put accountability on others. But what about you? Are you accountable for what you do? Are you accountable for everything you think you've done wrong? Because the thing about accountability to me is I might wrong someone, but do I really think that I did wrong that person? Am I accountable for myself? Was I the problem? You have to be accountable in anything you do because you might be the problem and you're waiting on someone to be accountable for it while the person didn't do nothing. Because most of the time we want to push the blame on others, we want to push the blame on people, forgetting about ourselves because we're not accountable to ourselves first. Because one thing I know is if you're accountable to yourself, truthful to yourself, then anything that somebody gives to you, you accept it. Because most of the time we push it away because we think we're always right. So in friendship and in relationship, we have to be accountable. We have to be truthful. And being honest, it takes time and it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of love for someone to be accountable for what they do. So I believe this 2024, we should think of being accountable for our acts and try to like amend it by saying sorry and move on. So that's just an intro I had to bring up. I don't know what Miss Molly has on that.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if Miss Olivia have comments or anything that she wanna
Oh,
Um,
great.
okay, yeah,
before we
we have well on live now with about five of our viewers. We want to thank you so much for joining. Special thanks to Kube
Rich
Tabu,
girl.
to SM Kongo, which says they say hi. They join us here today. Thank you all
Hi.
so much. We hope to get more comments from you. Again, if you are just joining us, of course, you're on the Mollie Show, and our topic today is accountability. If you have a suggestion, you have a question, a point you really want to bring up, please drop it and we'll go ahead and share on the live feed. Thank you. It's Molly back to you.
thank you, Oli and Hen. There's something that Henrietta said that really got me thinking, right? When you are accountable for something and then 2 days later you do it again, again and again, that's not the kind of accountability we talk here at the Molly Show. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
That's a child's play. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Because accountability is taking responsible of your actions, right? The actions, your decision you make. And when the consequences come, you have to learn something. I did this, let me say with your, let me say, for example, oh, you and your best friends, you guys are going somewhere and you had that appointment, we had to go there, everybody was there, you were not there, right? And you came and you said, oh, sorry, I'm sorry, it was on me, I am so late, I'm sorry, I don't have any excuse whatsoever, right?
Mhm.
We understand. And the next
Yeah.
time we are going again on the girls night out, you did the same thing, and the next time you did the same thing. No,
Mm-mm.
you have not,
Not acceptable.
you have not learned from your mistake. It's not acceptable. That's not being accountability. That's blah blah blah. You're just bluffing. Because like you being responsible for something, responsible for your actions, you have to learn because there are
Yeah.
consequences. Because maybe at times people repeat it because when they claim that they are accountable, we just let things go. It gives them the chance to repeat it again. It meaning that they do not face the consequences of that particular action. That's why they are doing it again. Because most of the time, someone will be like, okay, I'm sorry, I did wrong. You're like, okay, I forgive you. Okay, I'm sorry, I did wrong. And when you say, no, I'm not talking to you, that's the consequences for his action or for her action. You're not talking to that person. maybe in that, like, that person is gonna like, oh, I don't want Henrietta to be without talking to me. I'm gonna learn from this mistake that I did to make sure that I don't do it again, so that I could be
Mm-hmm.
in good terms with Henrietta. But most of the time, somebody will do something to us and they say, oh, I'm sorry. We just want to let go. It's good to let go, right?
No.
But most of the time, you let it go like that, those people don't see the consequences of their action. Because if somebody don't really feel the consequences of their action, it's more likely that they're going to repeat it again.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to repeat it. They're going to do it over and over. After all, what they want is just to be accountable. I don't have to be serious about it. I have to say it from
Mm-hmm.
the heart. I'm like, next time I will say it. So we don't. That's not what we are talking about at the Mollie Show. Be accountable for your actions. Learn from your mistakes. Work
Yes.
over it. That's what they call growth. That's the good thing about accountability. It's
Growth.
growth. You're going to grow in that aspect of lateness, for example, right? Maybe you are always the last in everything. Your friends are like, oh, if she comes early,
Mm-hmm.
that would be, if you go early to an occasion or to any gathering or any date with your friends, hang around, whatever we call it. The day you come early, your friends will be like, oh, that one, if she's early, yeah.
That's me, girl.
And then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it gets to that point where us friends will be like, no, I have this appointment. We walk on time. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You came there, you want to give people hug, you hug me, I'll go like this. You've been doing this a million times and you still do it. So you can learn from that your mistake, right? If somebody does something to us, even though they apologize, I'm just trying to say, even though they apologize, they take accountability for their actions, we have to let them know that they hurt us. Because if they don't know that they hurt us, they are not going to learn anything from there and they're going to repeat it again. So being accountable is way deeper than just saying it in words. You have to be serious, and the person that they are being accountable to, or whoever it is, we have to make them know that no, this what you did hurt me. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. Maybe I wanted you to come early because I had another appointment somewhere very important, but you are 30 minutes late, right? It's not only about us friends, like Olivia was saying. It's accountability is a spectrum by itself. It's so broad, right? We can talk about accountability in our relationship as being in a relationship with somebody or with friends, with family, even accountability in parenting. Your child does wrong, you cover it up. Instead for that child to be, we have to start teaching our kids that they have to be accountable for their actions at this age. Yeah, you do something that I don't joke with you. For what you did wrong, I'll take all your tablet, all your devices. I've done that. I'll take it for a week or 2 weeks. You see how they'll go crazy, so that they can learn and know how to know that okay, I have to be accountable for this what I did. If I don't do that, this is what is going to hurt me. It's going to hurt people around me. Our actions, like things like that. I have spoken too much, Miss Olivia. I rest my case.
You
You're
have not
good.
spoken too much.
You're good, girl.
You have not spoken too much. You have just spoken
You're
well.
good.
You have just spoken well. Yeah. Thank you, viewers, for joining. We have Miss Malike Ambe. She says greetings to you all. Thank you, Malike, for always
Hi, Miss
joining.
Malike.
We appreciate you. Again, if you're watching, we are on the Molly Show. Please drop your comments. We're talking about accountability today. Miss Molly said a lot of stuff, especially about, when we're talking about couples, right? It can be well, at the Molly Show, we will not limit it to being married, because there are, couples, you have your partner that you live together. So we're not limiting it to husband and wife. You have your partner at home. There's this thing about I think it's how we grow up back home, that if you are so accountable to your wife, it means say Naoma they wear the pants in the house, something like that, right?
Oh, I get
Like
it.
Malike said, I should be loud. Okay, can you hear me now? They say you are is your wife or your girlfriend or the woman in the relationship is the one wearing the pants in the house. Let's say, for example, we'll talk about like soccer. I'm going love soccer or put
Mhm,
that,
mhm,
and then you're going to the field. You say, "Hey, I'm going to the field today." I'm like, "Okay, have fun." I know how it goes at the field. I've gone there a couple of times. And then maybe after the game, they decide to go to somebody's home. They do it all the time. Like, hey, the man don't talk. Say, let's pass and have a drink. And then now I don't know where you are. But honestly, before leaving the house, you told me where you were going, right?
Mhm.
And then let's say after a couple of beers, you're like, hey, I did not tell this Olivia where I am. Oh, I am here. Okay, cool. And then you finally get back to the house, that's fine. But if something happens later that day at this person's house and I was not aware, I'll be mad. But at one point I'll be like, but at least you tried. He told me where he was at the beginning, but the program kept on going. And at one point, maybe you lost track of telling me where you were. So being accountable to your partner, for me, is not making you a less of a man. It does not make you to, that they're thinking that maybe your wife controls you. No, your wife needs to know, your partner needs to know, your girlfriend needs to know where you are at this point. Anything can happen. I might even have an emergency in this house and I know that, hey, okay, maybe my husband said they're going to Mollie's house and I'm trying to get to him. I don't get him. I can call Mollie. But I know that's where he is. Or maybe they were with Miss Henrietta's husband and they were hanging out. And I'm trying to get to him. I can call Miss Henrietta and say, hey, I bet pass me for my Messiah. I need to talk to you. It's not as if I want to
Yeah.
police you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You, my partner, you have to be accountable. I am your family. I am your. I don't even know how to
The
explain it.
first,
Flesh and blood at
the
this point.
first, the
I have
first.
left my family. I've left my home. I'm
Mhm.
building a new one with you. If you don't want to be accountable for me, then who are you going to be accountable? I don't understand. It's very funny at times because if you're stepping out of the house and you don't want to tell me where you're going to, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
I think a very big
No,
problem.
the man has a
The
problem,
man,
girl.
yeah.
Mhm.
When I said we, it means
Mhm.
we have a problem at home
Yeah.
Mhm.
because even your family, if anything happens to you, they'll ask now who first person.
Your
Who say
wife.
your master be go? That they'll not even blink.
You are the first suspect if something negative happens. You are the
See, where
yeah.
Usaya Masa be there?
Mm-hmm.
That the first question that they will not ask his friends. So those friends that were telling him that Masa are not telling
Friend.
anything. You don't have to be accountable to where you're going to. You cannot tell your wife your every move. Nobody will ask that friend. They'll ask the wife at home. Where did your husband go? When was the last time? We've all had jobs here. Having a security clearance. When I was going to security clearance, they asked me, when was the last time you saw your husband? Like I was like, okay, this morning. They will not ask another person. You. So if you love your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, go on, all going back to the men. There are some ladies that just leave the house and go away. Go. If you cannot be accountable to your partner, mean there's a problem. That is the person that you're living with. That's the person that you're raising kids with. That's the person that you stood in front of thousands of people in this big wedding and said, forever, forever, I do. This is my new home. If you
Mm-hmm.
cannot be accountable and be truthful, as I said earlier, then Mr. Retta said, and don't repeat it, then you have to really work on that. And to the men watching us, I know most of the time we don't have viewers. It is not wrong to tell your partner where you are going to. It does
No,
not make you less of a man. It does
no.
not make you have like you have a woman that is controlling you. And also to the ladies, you can have friends that are. I don't usually like to say bad influence, but you have friends that have their own life that is different from you. I can have a single friend who
Mhm.
can go out to a parties, hang out with other guys. It does not stop me from being with my own partner. It does not stop me from being with my husband. I'll be accountable. I'll leave my house. I tell my husband, hey, I'm going out with Miss Molly. After that, we're going to hang out at the club and then we'll be back at home. And it doesn't mean Miss Molly will tell me that Master or him or tell him, man. No, that's my partner. I'm trying to be accountable. I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that with that, we have a better connection because he knows he is going to be very, much at ease, knowing that, all right, Mr. You guys are at Mr. Retta's house at this time. That's fine. But what if he has to come to Mr. Retta's house and doesn't meet me there?
Hey,
That's
well,
that's
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
carry your
So
own.
again, when you're in a relationship, please be accountable with your partner. It goes both ways, not only the men. We say the love corner, most men try to, for them they think that it's being too controlling if you have to give your partner your step by step movement. But for me, I think if you are being accountable, it solves a lot of problems at home. Even if you were I don't know so mad at your partner that day, and then he tries to tell you how he's going to be moving that day. It is the mind at times. You already know where your partner is at what certain point. All right, let me see. Miss Molly. No, it's Miss Henrietta. Miss Henrietta, what do you have to say about it?
Do we have I see you're looking on your screen. Do you have any comments on that? Because that was good, girl.
Well, not no. The last one was getting was from Miss Malike. She wasn't getting, what I was
Oh,
saying,
you
because she was saying, please speak louder.
oh, okay. Oh my God, Miss Olivia, thank you so much for that. You nailed it. Like when it comes to accountability, you mentioned something about telling your spouse or you're in a relationship where you're going to. We grew up in Africa, and I want to tell you, my dad is one of the most important men in my life because he taught me one thing, and that sticks in my mind till today. Whenever he's going somewhere, he always tells us, even when we were kids. So we
Mhm.
were like, why does my father always tell us where he's going? He would tell mom, he would tell everybody. And one day he told us, you know why I keep telling you people where I'm going? You are my kids, but I tell you, but I'm your dad. Because if something happens to me, you guys know exactly where to go look for me. And that's what I'm struggling to instill in my marriage right now. Miss Olivia, like you said, it's not because you're the man, you're not the person, man of the house. It's knowing where you are for safety reasons. This country is about safety. Let's forget
Mhm.
about everything. This country, when you sit somewhere, you're scared. When you go somewhere, you don't know if you're coming back. With everything that we see online, with everything that is happening to us, how people die, you don't even know. So if you are a woman or a man, you're not telling your spouse where you're going to. I want to add this, Miss Olivia. That means you're cheating. Because I can't understand that I will sit at home
Again,
and you're going somewhere and you don't want to tell me where you're going to if you think that place is safe for you and
why?
me.
Why would I say? Why?
For me, that means you're cheating. You the lady, you might be cheating, or you the man. And
Okay.
if you don't tell your spouse where you're going, that's a question I need everybody should ask in their relationship. I know so many ladies are like, my man just go, or the man is the lady. Ask them, are you cheating on me? Is there something I've done wrong? Because most of the time, though, like we said, they put the blame on somebody. They
Mhm.
might just go out like, oh, you don't make me a vex, you make me angry at night and all that. I like, no, that's no excuse. Miss
Mhm.
Olivia just said something. If you're angry and you text, okay, babe, it's like, I'm gonna leave today. I'm gonna go here. You're gonna ease the mind of that person.
Yeah.
You know, they always say don't take anger. Hey, don't take anger, may sleep that day. But it's so hard for you to not take it the next day or the next day because if it keeps repeating itself. But if it
Mhm.
don't repeat itself, that same night we can squash it and we move on.
Yeah.
So thank you, Miss Olivia, for that. I was like, that's my dad right there. You said it all. And we also mentioned of parenting, be us being accountable. Oh my God, ladies. When you have, I know our viewers, some of them have teenage kids or boys, even girls, when they're in a teenage age, is so hard. We've taught them a lot. We're African parents who taught our kids a lot about life. We've taught them, okay, you have to be accountable where you're going to. You're in school, you have to be accountable for your grades, you be accountable for your friends, like what you do.
Mhm.
But in this country, when they reach the teenage age, it's so different. I was, I don't know if I was venting or I was expressing myself to one of my girlfriends. She's French speaking. And I was like, how do you do it? Because sometimes they do certain things. I won't lie, I'm from Africa. My son is taller than me, and I told him, I won't stop you from coming over for me to give you a spank when you do something wrong.
Yes.
You start. So I told him, you're gonna come down. I give you a spank, and you go back up because you're not accountable for what you do. We give kids the phone. Girl, when did you have a phone when you're growing?
Hmm.
When did you have a cell
University.
phone?
20. Oh, hold on. That was
Oh,
I at university.
that's it. In the
We were
university.
but we were in a different generation though.
Anyway,
No,
that's true.
that's it. But what did we do with it? We had to call our parents, tell them where we are. We have to be accountable. But now these kids are not. I tell my son, when you reach the soccer, he plays soccer, tell us we've arrived. I'm doing
Mhm.
this. I'm coming. We're on the bus. No, they are not accountable. And
Mhm.
us parents, we have to be accountable for that. What I do is I take their phone. That's another accountability because you don't want to put it under the bus and say, oh, it's America, the way they've culture. No, I'm
Mhm.
just narrating this to us, the African parents, have to be accountable for what our kids do. Like Miss Olivia said, we have to. We don't want to put it under the bus and like trying to mold them, to cajole them because we're trying to protect them. We're not. We're just spoiling them. Or we're trying to. You have you been somewhere and you see a mom trying to like protect the child because they're in the public and then she's trying to play soft. And even when you try to advise that child, she turns to you like it's not your child, it's my place. No, I would tell myself, I've told my kids, I don't care where we go. If you do something wrong, I one of my girlfriends or whoever tells you you're wrong, you're wrong. Don't come and tell mommy that person talked to me. No, she talked to you because she's a mom too. So you have to be accountable of what you do. So please, mom, let's be accountable for our kids. Let's not protect them. Let's not be in public and we are shy when they are doing something wrong because we don't want to prove ourselves like not being a good parent. Girl, everybody is in their household. Like Miss Olivia, you and Miss Mollie in the household now. You don't know what is happening behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But we have to be accountable because when those kids go out, they show exactly what you teach them at home. So parents, we have to be accountable. Don't be like, no, my daughter is doing this because of the friend. No, it's not the friend. What did you teach your daughter? What do you do when you're the friend? If your friend tells you, okay, we have to go somewhere, you tell me, and the kids come tell you that same day that, okay, we have a party, a friend has a birthday, and they look at you, your face, and what do you do as a parent? You let them go? No, you have to teach them. You have to let them know it's wrong because you are parenting them. You are being accountable to them. Because anything that happens to your kids, like Miss Mollie said and Olivia, anything happens to your spouse, your family member calls you first. Anything that happens to your kid, they call you first. I know it's hard to parent in this country, but we, the parents, have to be accountable and accept our kids' faults and teach them how to fix it. Let's not sit and think that no, the society is gonna mold and build them. This society is raw. This society is wicked. This society is evil. It's dangerous. So I told myself, and I'm telling myself till now, till I die, I tell my kids still gonna correct you. I'm still gonna be accountable for your life if you do anything wrong because tomorrow is gonna be on me. You left your dad and your mom, Miss Mollie and Miss Olivia. You're there with your spouse and your kids. If you tell me that sometimes your dad will call you like, what did you do? You're not accountable. Sometimes your spouse will even call your relatives like, oh, she did this, she did this. So I think that we have to be accountable for our parenting because I think our parents really brought us well because we're doing good. So we want the same thing for our kids. So we have to be accountable for anything they do wrong. So I don't know what Miss Mollie has, or we have a viewer, Miss Olivia.
Well, thank you, Miss Anita. We have Miss Glory from me. I hope I said that right. She was
Oh,
saying very true. I think from the comments, the
Mhm.
last speaker that we had. Thank you, Miss Glory from me for joining. And again, if you're just joining us, of course you're on the Molly Show. We are talking about accountability. It can be
yeah.
accountability. I would say it across the globe. It doesn't have to be in friendship, relationship, work, anything that you have. You can also drop it in the comment section and we'll go ahead and read it on here live. If you have a question that you want to ask any of us, we are also here to answer that for you. Thank you so much. And we have hello from Mr. Fortem Gilbert. He says hello to you all. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. Miss Maury, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ladies. There's something that Miss Olivia was saying that your partner leaves the house and said they are going somewhere. Most of the times, you don't even know that they have like 3 locations. They tell you one. They know they are in. They have these their chat groups. Blah blah blah. They'll tell you destination number 1, but
Mm-hmm.
they know pretty well that they're going to go to destination number 2, number 3, and number 20. At times, let me tell you, at times you see them on somebody else's status. They'll be like, oh, this is Miss Hereta's house, but he said he was going to Miss Olivia. You see them, they did not take those whatever videos. Somebody else was taking in them. You see them passing
Yeah.
around, they did not even know that was going on. And then you're like, oh, you go for Hereta's house. Instead for him to say yes or no, how did you know?
So you can check me.
Yes, that is what I hate the most. How did you know? You don't answer a question for a question. And
Yeah.
especially us women, if we ask you a question, we already know the answer. We just
But
want you to
sometimes, why do we even ask?
I don't know.
Like,
We want you to be honest.
Why do we
Why do
ask?
we
Because
dey
that was
ask
a good
them when
one.
we know? I
We
mean,
want you to be honest. We're just asking you to say yes or
Yes,
no.
to be
yes.
accountable. Okay.
Be accountable. Just say, oh yes, yeah, we know I left Olivia's place to wait out do some party, and we're like, why not? And
Why
then I'll be
not?
like, you bring mine, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just to have that conversation. At times you've been at home, you don't talk to the kids, you're like, you're just waiting for somebody to come home so that you can have a conversation. So you're starting a conversation. Oh, you went at Miss Henrietta's place, but I saw you at Olivia's place. And then he's like, what do you mean? Or how do you know about it? You know? And what I hate most is the blaming game. I hate it
Yeah.
the most where you did something wrong. Instead for you to be accountable for your action, you're like, oh, it's just that I went to Miss Henrietta's house and the rain was falling. That's why I'm like, I don't like driving on the rain. No, you left the house. You said you'd be home by 10 p.m. If because of the rain you are not driving, the rain can be falling in that area and it's not falling in my area. So I don't even know if it's falling. There are times like that in the city where there is raining at
Mm.
one part of the city, and the other part of the city it doesn't rain. And
True.
then instead for you to say, oh, I'm sorry, this is what happened, you are blaming it to nature. It was rain.
Poor nature.
You are blaming it to nature, you know. And this
Mm.
defensive nature is so sad because when somebody is bringing that approach, you don't even know how to continue with that conversation anymore. You are just like, I just can't do this, you know. So what I really hate the most, that being blaming game, is my friend. It's not me. It was work, right? I was supposed to be home. The traffic was messed up, but we have an appointment. You knew today it was a very important day for us. I wanted us to eat together, and you knew
Mhm.
I wanted us to eat together. Like me, I know that we have to have a romantic dinner. I'll make sure that I don't eat. I'll starve myself so that when we eat, I really enjoy the meal, And for some reason, you are running late because something A, B, or C happened at work. Instead for you to communicate with me that, oh, I'm sorry, babe, that dinner for 7 p.m. is not gonna be possible. And I'll be like, oh, what time should we push it to 9 or 8? And you're like, I don't know when I'm coming back. Work or A, B, and C just happened. I will understand, right? But most of the time, it's a lie. They don't want to do that. They be defensive. Oh, what do you expect me to do? My boss said I should do this. I don't care about your boss. Your boss is not in this relationship with me. This is about my feelings right now, Be accountable, right? First, apologize. I'm sorry. This will never happen again. We need the job for the family. I
Yeah.
understand. We need me to be mentally and emotionally safe for this relationship too. Because no matter how much money you bring at home, if I don't feel emotionally safe, I don't feel mentally safe, this relationship is going to be wahala. Don't make excuses. Tell me, don't be defensive, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Defensive doesn't work.
some of them will say, oh, but I'm home now, but I'm here now. That's not
So
the point. The point is when I needed you to communicate, you did not communicate. And the best thing to do is to be accountable for your lateness or for disrupting our date night or whatever it is we had that day to do, or whatever the situation was. You did not do your part. Don't be defensive about it. Don't blame your boss. Don't blame
AOB.
neighbors. Don't blame those around you.
Yes.
Do not do that. It takes me to a different level. I will
Snap.
just go from 0 to 100. Like in a just like that, I'll go from a 0 to 100 because you might
Hmm.
think that I'm stupid. And the worst one is that I've struggled a lot. I've done my little nice dress, tried to pop my boobs that I don't have, like Miss
Ah,
Henrietta, and I mean like Miss Olivia, put my red
Eh.
lipstick. I have been dieting all day. The champagne is there, and then you don't communicate with me, and then you expect me to be cool. And very soon, if I want to keep digging and asking questions, and men they'll make that excuse.
you get
You
mad.
want a lot. You want to know everything. I don't want to know everything. I just want to know why you didn't show up when you were supposed to show up. And again, I have one other thing I wanted to say. I remember last time we had this conversation on TikTok, and I think it was Miranda said something very important. We want accountability, but we don't have to be very emotional about it because at times your partner or your family member or your friends or whoever, whatever the relationship may be that we are asking for accountability, most of the time when they want to be accountable, it could hurt us. They could say something that you are not ready. Are you
Yes.
emotionally ready to handle the accountability that that person is going to give you? Are you they want if they want to be accountable for all their actions, like we are demanding, like we are asking for them to do? Are we strong a lot enough emotionally to take it? How much truth and how much can you handle? That's just what I wanted to add.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Miss Molly. Thank you so much. Let me just take a few of our comments that we have. That's okay.
Yes,
Um,
go ahead.
we have from Mr. Fortem Given. He says accountability in marriage is in particular is very important aspect. Many marriages are ruined today because of it. When it's an easy aspect to treat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fortem Given. We have Miss Sylvie Batch. I say her loving, and then she said right, but not maybe she was commenting on something Miss Molly said. And then we have Barrister Tamu Kletus. He's watching all the way from Bamenda, and he's asking us what the topic is. I think I just dropped it here. Barrister, we're talking about accountability. It can be in a relationship, can be in parenting, at work, life in general.
Yeah.
If you have any comments, questions, points you want to bring up, please go ahead and drop them. I'll just comment on the few things that we've been talking, ladies. Very interesting points.
Mhm.
Let me start with what Miss Erita said about parenting. Like the kids go out, especially like teens, and they don't text to tell you where they are. I had that problem with my mom. My mom, if you are leaving Yaoundé to Bamenda, you have to
Mm-hmm.
text at the park that the bus is taking off right now. I think at that point she wants to know where you are.
Yeah.
My
Safety.
dad will want to calculate the distance from Yaoundé to Bamenda. You know how it was at that time.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So at a certain point, when we're just getting to Makenene, my dad will text that you are getting to Makenene. I say yes, we're in Makenene now. Because they know that okay, in the next 4 hours they're going to see me. And if I have to stay more than that, my father will be like, what happened? Oh, there was a tire, one of the tires when I was I knew it because at this point you had to be at the, it
Yeah.
keeps them
Wow.
comfortable that they
Yeah.
know where you are. I think it's just so natural. They want to know that you are safe. That's the thing we're saying. Bottom line, especially in parenting and relationship, they want to know if you are safe. So
Mhm.
just imagine that I got into that bus, I don't text them or anything, and it's 9 p.m. Normally you have to be in Bamenda at that point. Oh, they don't hear say accident come for day. Your parents had to be beaten. That
Yeah.
maybe you have passed to one of your boyfriend's house and you are there, and they don't know where you are. They've heard about a couple of accidents that have happened and stuff like that. People are stranded on the roadside.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents are worried, but you are fine. That's not good. So that's what we're talking about accountability. I had to talk about that point when Mr.
Yeah.
Reta talked about being accountable, especially to your parents for young kids, teens that we have now. For I know most of us here, we're already parents to teens. So and then Miss Molly spoke about status. That this status now kids or persons on the, you know, when they go to this
And
soccer,
you like state
after
to go
that they are
past.
having see after that
Hey.
they are having that their parking lot and stuff
Mm.
like that. So there was this day my husband said, okay, no, I already left. I'm on my way home. I want to look for status say that's what they put power. I'm like, did you leave already? Like, yes. I said, okay, no, because I just saw you dancing. 2 minutes after that, that status disappeared in that friend's phone. It's as if they went and told that master, you too, you must post it in. See, so it was funny because when he got home, we started laughing about it, but I was angry, very angry at that point because you told me you were coming.
Mhm.
Like Miss Molly said, you don't know what I was waiting for. Maybe I prepared
Mhm.
this meal. I'm like, okay, you really love this fufu and kati kati. I'm going to sit and wait for you to come. Let's eat together.
So
I
far,
like
you
that a
do.
lot. My partner knows that I like that a lot. I saw it so much in our home. My mom used to cook and wait for my dad. He
Mm-hmm.
would love to eat together, especially when he's in town. Of course, when he was not in town, that's fine. But when he's in town, she would love them to eat together. So when he got home that day, his mother has made a statement that talking about your anger, trying to bring it down at that point. But I was very angry, but I ended up laughing because he was dancing there, and I was waiting for him. Like, dude, really, I'm waiting for you at home, and you are dancing, and he was like, "Well, sorry, no, that one don't pass. That's being accountable. That's being say, okay, I accepted the fact.
Mhm.
Don't tell me that no, that video we say it was an old video. I had already left for it. That's not I would not like that part of it.
Mhm.
Yes, I stayed back for a couple of drinks. Yes, where they played this music. I love it so much. You know, as I love to dance, I was dancing. That's okay. Don't
Mhm.
tell me another lie.
Mhm.
Just because let me remind you, you already told me that you left, but you're still there, right? That's the
Yeah.
first lie. And then
Yeah.
you got you're back home and I'm trying to confront you about like why did you do this? You're piling the lies, and at the end of the day, we will not even have that dinner.
Yeah.
That's I really love that point. That's not being accountable. And then for us parents too, being accountable for our kids. There are times with TikTok and all the social media around, maybe you get up in the morning and you don't boil meat, prepare rice, and say you're going to cook, and then you take that phone and start scrolling all day. Maybe
Mhm.
you do something else. You remember that, hey, I have to buy this dress for this party that's coming up. You pick your purse, you dash out. And then when they come back home after school and the kids want food or something to, eat, and you
Yeah.
start saying, oh, I had a headache. There was so much work. Even though they are kids and maybe you have the right to twist your stories around them to make it comfortable, you are not being accountable at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe you have just starved the family for lunch because of your own personal needs. Of course, we know as mothers, as women, we need that time to ourselves, right? We want to drop into that shop and shop till we drop. But how about the kids? How about the family that you have?
Right.
Have have you done what you need to do before you're going to that shop? It's easy now. There are a lot of we're in the modern world now. Hey, put that rice in the rice boiler while it's boiling. Make that tomato sauce, put it there, and then you leave. So when the kids come back, they have something. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're being accountable as a mom. That whatever happened, even if you have to go and hang out there, you know that when your kids get back from school, they have that homemade meal. Most people don't do it, of course. They have things that will heat up and give it to our children. But if your kids were leaving the school to school that day and they're like, Mom, I really wanted spaghetti for lunch, and you couldn't do it because of your own, you're being selfish at that point. For me, you're not being accountable
Yeah.
because these kids are depending on you, not
Mm.
their grandmom in Cameroon or elsewhere. You
Mhm.
are their mother. They even getting back from school, even let's say they just want to have even noodles that they need to put it in the microwave. They're depending on you for that. So
Mhm.
your
Mhm.
kids have to be accountable for you, but remember, on the other hand, you have to also be accountable for your kids. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We have Miss Sylvie said, well said, Miss Molly Abungwa. Thank you so much, Sylvie. I think we can have one more round to go. Miss Henrietta, what do you want to say about this?
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Olivia. I know I mentioned the parenting, and you guys brought a lot of good topics under it. And we've talked about so much about us, the mom trying to cook, like you said, Miss Olivia. But I want to go to the men.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate that we, the mom, carry the kids for 9 months, and they say, "Oh, now your own when picking be strong hate." When a child is not good, it's the mom's
I
own.
mean,
Now
oh,
your own. Then when the child is good, it is his. I've seen so many parents and so many men in particular that don't even help at home. They are not accountable.
yep.
No, you're not.
They are not accountable as as dad. That's the word. As dad to their kids. They let everything for the woman, even the laundry. Even when the kids have to go for their games, they don't take them to the games. What they do is they take that time on Saturday and go meet a friend and they are drinking. They don't even sit at home to clean. You know
Mhm.
what? We had this TikTok that we had on Saturday, Miss Molly. Thank you so much for that. And we talked about how women need help from their husbands.
Yeah.
Husband, you have to be accountable, please. When I was growing, my brothers and sisters, my brothers would clean the house, mop, and then us the women wash the dishes and cook. That's a
Mhm.
very good culture. But we come here, a man would tell the wife, I don't know how to use, how do you call that machine? How do you call that thing they use?
Vacuum.
You don't know how to use vacuum. I didn't know how to use vacuum too. Back when we didn't have vacuum. What do you mean by you don't know how to use vacuum? You should Google and you learn. They
Yeah.
don't know how to use the washing machine. Really?
Really?
But you know how to wash your own? So my thing is, men, please, please help your wives. Be accountable to your kids. Because tomorrow when those kids are falling sideways towards their mom, you get angry.
Mm-hmm.
You get angry because you're like, oh no, you're the one instigating those kids. You're the one making those kids to hate me. No, because you're not accountable as a dad. A dad is not just the last name behind the kid's name on the birth certificate. A dad is action. How do you treat them? Yes, we mom we do a lot. We'll buy their shopping, we'll cook, we do that. But man, sometimes you can take them for shopping. You can take them out when you're going to that your game. They have some playground. You can take them there while they are playing. What do you do as a man to your kids?
Yeah.
You do nothing. All you do is go sit with your friends, and when they put you on stages like Miss Olivia said, you're mad, you're angry. Why are you mad and angry? Some of them they don't even have kids. Some of those friends don't have kids. Some of them even have kids. They don't care. But you don't have to be part of them because those kids will grow. They say the kids grow according to when you see a child, look at the parents, then you know where that child came from. So I'm really saying this, man, because it's happening in America. Because you guys think that we want to bring the culture of Africa, but in Africa, the women were not working. Yeah, the women work full time, go to school full time, take care of the house full time. What accountability are you doing? What is your own place? What is it? Tell me. Is it just to sleep the woman at night, get pleasure, and when the kids do something wrong, you yell more than the yell we can hear? You get so angry for nothing? Please, men, be accountable to your kids, especially the boys. The boys need their father. You know what? They will go into every sport on earth. My husband goes to Dallas, Houston with my son. Please, it's your place. I know we have to sacrifice. I sacrifice a lot. My husband has sacrificed a lot because we have teenage kids. I work 3 times a week. That's what I do. People be like, why don't you work so much hours? The kids. I have to be accountable, like Miss Olivia said. I don't have to chase that money and forget their growth and forget their youth because I'm gonna regret it.
Yep.
Please, husbands, parents, let me leave the women. We are doing too much, girls. Please step up. Take
Mm-hmm.
care of that child for that woman. If he needs to go for a soccer game, if he needs, please help her. Take them. Because we women, like Miss Olivia said, girls, sometimes we don't even cook because we have to do something for those kids. Why the husband is just sitting there lousy watching movie or lousy just playing on their games or trying to like, okay, this game is up. I want to win some money. And when he wins that money, you don't even see that he has that money. You don't even know where the money went to. All this Christmas season, they will just be like, okay, take the money, go buy for picking them. They don't even go with you shopping with the kids. Nothing. They don't even care. Please, man, you both should step up and be accountable for your sons and daughters because tomorrow, I tell you, you're going to win towards your mom. And it's going to be your place to ask yourself why. It's not the woman. Because you guys will pound on us like you've been teaching that child. Those kids see a lot.
Oh yes. Yeah.
They see a lot. And they ask you so many pertinent questions you think the mom asked them to ask. No, because you're not being accountable to their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So please, all men, step a lot for that. Thank you, Miss Olivia, for that. I just had to bring that up. And also, we don't have too much to say, but we also mentioned something about there's this thing about plus size. I want to bring that up.
Right. Right.
I want to bring this up is health issue. We should be accountable for our health. Let me be honest with you. There's this yeah, we're in America right now. There's so many ways you can be accountable for your health. You can be skinny and have diabetes. It's just like one of my sister-in-law. You can be fat, you have diabetes. You know, we have to be accountable for our health. You can't go somewhere and you see fried pork, you see fried chicken, you see things with oil, and then you keep sister, you keep eating. You keep eating that. Oh, we didn't have this in Africa. Meanwhile, you know you're killing yourself. You're not being accountable for your health.
Mm-hmm.
This is we always like to make New Year resolutions every year. My sister, it has been 44 years. I'm 44 now. Those New Year resolutions keep come and go. Even like, this year I'm gonna lose weight. This year I'm gonna take care of my health. But the thing is, are you accountable? When you think of being accountable first, when you're like, oh yes, I am fat, I have diabetes, I have blood pressure. Let me tell you, when you stay it out, you will do it. You will take care of yourself. But when you're like, oh no, I went to Miss Olivia's house. She prepared achu, I ate. You're trying to blame your fatness and your diabetes on people. It's not people's problem. You have to be accountable for yourself.
Yeah.
Stop blaming people. Stop being like, oh, I'm fat. I don't know what to dress. I'm this. There's so many. We're in Texas. The highest size is 30XXXX, and it fits everybody. It fits the fat people. We're in Texas. We fat people are in Texas. So you cannot go somewhere and say you don't have a dress, you don't want to dress up. You should be accountable, not be like you just want to wear kaba all the time. And then when somebody is looking at you, you're like, my sister, why do you wear kaba? You get angry. Why do you wear kaba? We have a lot of sizes. So be accountable when you go out because you think that people hate you. They don't hate you. You hate yourself. Because I tell you, sister, if you like yourself, you're gonna go get that clothes, get that and dress up. So please let's be accountable for our health so that tomorrow we're gonna take care of our kids. So let's do what we gotta do. Like I think I'm trying to see if I can go to the gym. I don't know. I gotta be accountable for my size. Thank you all so much. I had to say that.
Wow. Oli, you can go ahead. Miss Henrietta has said it all. I don't have anything to say. She
All
completed.
right. Yeah. How many more minutes we have? Well, 5 more minutes. I
Yeah.
see
Oh,
a comment from from Miss hold on. I think I'm breaking up here. All right, you say we Miss Silva say yeah, we also need to be accountable for our parents. Sometimes we create times more for friends and even don't check on
mhm.
our parents.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss Lee.
you.
That's a big one. And
Mm-hmm.
then Mr. Fotem Giver says you're right, Mrs. Awa, and same as Sylvie Bash. All right. So I don't think I have much to add on this. I think we try to touch on every situation from um, relationships,
Mm-hmm.
family, kids, parenting. We're not giving marriage advice. We're giving like accountability is a broad topic. It's not only in relationships. I guess we've even gone further to talk about kids, to talk
Yeah.
about parents and
Sizes.
all of that. So again, our show is very open, very open. We try to accommodate everyone. If you can remember when I was talking, I didn't specify about married couples. I said
Mhm.
it can be your boyfriend, it can be your partner, girlfriend, whoever it might be. We're not. We will say it and we'll say it again. We will not specify that you have to be married before you watch our show or you can seek advice from us. And again, we're not in the perfect homes. We quote examples here all the times. Things
Yeah.
that happen at home, things that make us angry, things that make us don't sleep at night. Nobody's in a perfect relationship. Maybe there's a perfect relationship out there, but I'm speaking for myself. I don't have that. So, but we're trying to be happy. That's the bottom line. Not trying to be perfect at the end of the day. So I don't know, ladies, if you want to drop there's anything that you want to say. Um, but before we conclude, just to let you know that most of our topics come from our viewers.
Yeah.
If you think there's something you so pressing and then you want to talk about, please send us a message on the Molly Show page or to any of the co-hosts. We always talk about it before we bring it here. If we think it's something that we can discuss. And we have a TikTok page. For those who are on TikTok, we also go live on TikTok on Saturdays. We're trying to push it to 1 p.m. Central Time because that's when we think most of our viewers are online. It doesn't make sense, right? Going live without viewers. And we also have an Instagram page and a YouTube page for those who don't have, these social media handles. You can always go to YouTube and just click on the Molly Show and you'll be joining us live too. So, ladies, any other words?
I think you have said it all. Henrietta have said it
Mhm.
all. At this hour. We just have to just have 2 minutes in. We have to end the live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
And I want to, yeah.
things.
And
Oh, go ahead,
sorry.
bro.
And I want to thank the viewers. And please, like Miss Olivia said, we don't always want positivity. We want, if we think that we're doing something wrong,
Mm-hmm.
please say it. Come to us. Let's because we learn from our mistakes and we're gonna be better. Like we said, Mr. Olivia said it's 2024. I went to church and they said it's a year for victory. This is a year for victory in the Molly Show. So please, we need all your positivity. We need even your negativity because we'll grow from that. So please don't feel shy. We're here for you all.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And I have one comment, and it's really reflecting what I just said.
Your husband just talked.
So the comment is from Pandy. He says
Oh,
marriage counseling is all rubbish, and why is it always conducted by women? Oh, finally, we have gotten one of those
oh
comments
my
that we're
God.
always
We're gonna
waiting
talk
for.
about that
It
one,
means
Papa.
it means we're doing something good now. If somebody really comes and says this is rubbish, it means we're doing
Yeah,
something
yeah.
extremely well. And
Wow.
again, if you were listening to me, we're not talking about
We're not
marriage
canceling
counseling.
anybody. Yeah.
Mm-mm,
We say
that's
be
not what we're talking
accountable.
about.
Andy, be accountable. Don't
Pandu
blame
has to be
don't blame women.
accountable.
Don't blame
Pandu,
women
we need to
for
work on you. Are you going to
yeah,
join us next week? Let's talk
please.
about Please make sure you join us because now we are interested in you. Make sure you join us. We are
Mm-hmm.
not
I
conducting
think he has
marriage
a lot of
counseling here.
questions. Let us
Mhm.
set questions we're gonna talk on. Thank you, Panji, for that.
Thank you so much. And if you have something else that you want us to talk about, please don't forget to drop it in our comments.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
would be a good one. And we're on top of the hour. Thank you
Yes.
all so much. We hope to meet you next time. Please continue to follow our pages. We
Mm-hmm.
are here because you are viewing our post and you are following and liking us. So there will be no Mollie Show without you guys. So
Yep.
thank you all so much. Have
Thank you.
a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.